Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Krishna.
Bye bye. Don't have pretty wet sock open it. Huh? Huh?
राम राम हरे हरे।
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
हरे कृष्णा सपन प्रभु राजू प्रभु नवनीता माता इधर नव प्रणव all Shishila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. ओम अज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम् ॐ अपवित्रा पवित्रो वा सर्वावसङ्गतोऽपि वा यस्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षं सा बाह्याभ्यन्तरं शुचिः श्री विष्णु. Thank you very much for joining today. So we'll start with the BG calendar, the 2 verses. Michelle. Text 10 and 11. Please read, anybody?
Hare Krishna. I can read, Prabhuji.
Yeah, go.
In the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods, along with sacrifices for Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, "Be thou happy by this yagna, sacrifice, because its performance will bestow upon you everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation. The demigods, being pleased by sacrifices, will also please you, and thus, by cooperation between men and demigods, prosperity will reign for all." Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Sahayagya prajasrasstva purovacha prajapatihi anena prashavishyadvam esha vostva istakamadh devan devan bhavayata nena te deva bhavayantu vaha parasparam bhavayanta shreya param avapsyata. So here Krishna talks about the cooperation between what is saying between men and demigods. Being pleased by sacrifices will also please you, and prosperity will reign for all. In the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods, along with sacrifices for Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, "Be thou happy by this yajna sacrifice, because its performance will bestow upon you everything desirable for living happily and achieve liberation." So Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, 10th verse and 11th verse. So human form of life and demigods also, they are also doing their duties, departmental job responsibilities. Varuna, Vayu, Chandra, Indra, Surya, along with sacrifices for Vishnu and blessed by themselves. Generations of all creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods for the sacrifice of the Supreme Lord Vishnu. By performance will bestow upon you everything. So ultimately we would understand ultimate samsiddhir haritoshanam. Demigods also samsiddhir haritoshanam. For our life also samsiddhir haritoshanam. Right? So human form of life is meant for sacrifice and self-realization. Prabhupada specifically writes one point. Let me quickly say 3 or 10. What exactly the 10th, statement. The middle creation by the Lord of all creatures is chance of offer to the conditioned souls to come back to Godhead. Conditioned by mental nature because of their forgetfulness of the relation with Krishna. So we forgetful about Krishna, that's where we come into the material world and suffering. So again, there is one beautiful verse. Smartavyam yadatam Krishna vismartavyam najat. Everything is meant for remembrance of Supreme Lord only, actually. Smartavyam Vishnu. It's very wonderful verse. Let me see. There is one verse actually in C3. I see. CC, yeah. See? Smartavyam satatam Vishnu, Vishmartavyam na jatuchit, Sarve vidhi nishedhastyur, etayor yava kinkara. Krishna is the origin of Lord Vishnu. Should always remember and never forget. Always remember Krishna, never forgets, all the time. All the rules and prohibitions mentioned in the Shastras should be the servants of these two principles. In this verse also, particularly in this verse 10 and 11, performance of sacrifices. See, basically, Samsiddhi Haritosha, everything meant for pleasing the Supreme Lord. That's what ultimately you will understand. Okay, thank you very much from Bhagavad Gita. So now, yesterday we have done with Prabhupada Leelamrita. Sequentially, we have read Struggling Alone. It will not be possible to assist you. The chapter 14 and 15 of Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita, volume 1. These two lines I will sing and we'll go over to Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay? Parama Mangala Sri Chaitanya Maha Prabhura Sikshadhana. Parama Mangala Sri Chaitanya Maha Prabhura Sikshadhana. Acare pracare sada amadere ke karita niyojana. Acare pracare sada amadere ke karita niyojana. Yadi Prabhupada na huito tabe ki huito te jivana vahita jise. Prema kalpataru nitai gaurera Krupa kanala bhibare. Prema kalpataru nitai gaurera Krupa kanala bhibare. Niravadi jaya pataka hrudaya Tomare sharana kare. Niravadi jaya pataka hrudaya Tomare sharana kare. Yadi Prabhupada na hoito, tabe ki hoito, e jivana vahita ki se. Yadi Prabhupada na hoito, tabe ki hoito, e jivana vahita ki se. Nitai gaurera, apara karuna, ke dita sakala deshe. Nitai gaurera, apara karuna, ke dita sakala deshe. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Please read anybody. Please read, unmute yourself, read this 7-8.
The teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu constitute the greatest and the most auspicious treasure. Who else would have engaged us in constantly practicing and preaching it? Sri Sri Nitai Gaura are desiratories of love of God. Desiring a drop of their mercy, Jayapataka's heart incessantly takes shelter of your divine grace. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings, Prema Pumarto Mahan, love of God, distributing. Namo Mahavadanya, Krishna Prema Pradayate, Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namle. He is a distributor. Srila Prabhupada is the distributor of the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, thank you very much. So, Leelamrita, so we'll continue sequentially anyway from 16th chapter later. So, struggling alone we have done. It will not be possible to assist you. You always remember this. Krishna is always there, many difficulties, many rejections, but still he always never loses his hope. He never loses his hope. Hope against hope, hope against hope. Yeah. And Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Yomam pasyati sarvatra, sarvam mai cha pasyati, tasyaham na pranashyami, sachame na pranashyati. For one who sees me in everywhere, in difficulties, in happy conditions, in the troublesome conditions, whatever conditions. For one who sees me everywhere, to see everything in me. This is Krishna's plan. Nobody helped him. and he is strong faith, full faith in Krishna, and he never lost. Krishna also always with him. Prabhupada always remembering Krishna all the time. His Guru Maharaj instructions all the time. His Guru Maharaj instructions all the time. Okay, so Prabhupada Leela will take little pause, and so we'll start reading Chaitanya Charitamrita. But before that, we continuously read Bhagavatam also, Canto 3, the status quo. 1, 2, 3 we have done. The Lord's pastime out of Vrindavana and remembrance of Lord Krishna. Questions by Vidura. We'll continue regular sequence. Now, today, it's been a long time again. Chaitanya Charitamrita we didn't touch. So we'll touch now. We have done 9, 10, 11, 12. So of course, all the chapters in sequence. Madhya Leela. So last two chapters are big chapters. The Veda Kirtana passage of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The cleansing of the Gundicha temple. Today we will read chapter 13, the ecstatic dancing of Lord at Ratha Yatra. This also 200 plus verses. Continue. So I am asking any devotee, please sing. I will follow you on. Please sing this.
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत
Jaya Jaya Hari Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद
Jaya
Jaya
Jaya Sri
Jaya
Chaitanya
Sri Chaitanya
Jaya
Jaya
Nityananda
Nityananda
जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा
Jaya
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Ram
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Thank you, Mataji. Any
Thank you.
Prabhu? Anyone? Uh, let me see. Let me see. Raju Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Chayani, if you are there. Okay. Hare Krishna, Raju Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah. Actually, on the relatives na Prabhuji. I'll do Prabhuji.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sound undi anta. Yeah. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Let me offer my obeisance unto Lord Krishna, who has manifested himself in 5 features as a devotee, expansion of a devotee, incarnation of a devotee, pure devotee, and devotional energy. The 5 features. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, Swayam Bhagavan. Sri Nityananda Prabhu is the Krishna's first personal expansion as Balarama. Sri Advaita Acharya is the Mahavishnu Sadasiva, Harihara. Shivasa Thakura is the Krishna's pure devotee, Narada Muni, and symbolized devotion, Bhakti. Sri Gadadhar Pandita is the Krishna's internal energy. Srimati Radharani, Srimati Lalita Shakti. Purport last. This confirms the Vedic Sutra Parasya Shakti Vividaiva Suyate. All this Bhakti subject taken together constitute Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Any devotee? Recite this one.
Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratvishe Namaha. O most munificent incarnation, you are Krishna himself appearing as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You have assumed the golden color of Srimati Radharani and you are widely distributing pure love of Krishna. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you very much. Namo Mahavadanya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namre Gauradvishena. Most munificent and most magnanimous incarnation of Supreme Lord. Okay, I will read now. I'll put in separate tab. Hare Krishna. Lavanya, please read it. Chapter 13, first intro.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Is it audible?
Yes.
Chapter 13, the ecstatic dancing of Lord at Radha Yatra. A summary of this chapter is given by Srila Bhaktivinoda Tagore in his Amrita Pravaha Bhashya as follows. After bathing early in the morning, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the deities Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra get aboard their 3 cars. This function is called Pandu Vijaya. At that time, King Prataparudra took a broom with a golden handle and began to fence the road. Lord Jagannatha took permission from the goddess of fortune and then started in the car for the Gundicha temple. The road to the temple led along a broad sandy beach, and on both sides of the road were residential quarters, houses, and gardens. Along that road, the servants called Gaudas began to pull the cars. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu divided his Sankirtana party into 7 divisions. With 2 mridangas in each division, there were altogether 14 mridangas. While performing Sankirtana, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited various symptoms of transcendental ecstasy, and Jagannatha and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exchanged their feelings very blissful. When the cars reached the place known as Balagandi, the devotees offered the deities simple food. At this time, in a nearby garden, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotee took a brief rest from the dancing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So dancing Kirtan, right? We say, see, three things. Krishna consciousness is all about 3 things only. What are the 3 things? Krishna consciousness is all about 3 things. Chapande Varana? 3 things.
Thinking, feeling, willing, Prabhuji.
Okay. Yes, we have to think, we have to feel, and we have to will. Okay.
Dancing, feasting, fasting.
Oh, okay.
Chanting,
Chanting.
chanting, dancing, feasting.
Okay.
This one very, very frequently uses this Prabhu. ISKCON Dallas Temple, Nityananda Prabhu President. What is all about Krishna consciousness? Chanting holy names of Supreme Lord, then dancing in the Arati, and then feasting. That's it. So this is a very beautiful chapter actually, the ecstatic dancing of the Lord at Rath Yatra. అంటే భగవంతుడే డ్యాన్స్ చేస్తుండే భగవంతుని ముందు. జగన్నాథ స్వామి is a supreme personality only. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also supreme personality of God only. భగవంతుడే డ్యాన్స్ చేస్తున్నాడు అనమాట. భగవంతుని ముందే భగవంతుడు డ్యాన్స్ చేస్తున్నాడు. In the form of devotee, in the mode of Srimad Radharani. Very good. Thank you very much. So we'll start. Read Madhya, mana Samyukta Madhya, text 1.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Slokas also.
Sajiyat Krishna Chaitanya Shri Radhagre Nanartaya Yenasi Jagatam Chitram Jagannadhopi Vishmitaha. Translation. May the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, who danced in front of the car of Sri Jagannatha, be all glorified. By seeing his dancing, not only was the whole universe held in wonder, but Lord Jagannath himself became very much astonished.
Fascination, just like he expanded his hands. ఇప్పుడు జగన్నాథ స్వామి ఎట్టుంటాడు హ్యాండ్స్ కుచించుకుపోయి ఉంటాడు కదా. So he is expanding his read Madhya.
Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Translation. All glories to Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Prabhu Nityananda. All glories to Advaita Chandra and all glories to the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Good.
Jaya Shrota Gana Shunakari Ekamana Radha Yatra Nritya Prabhura Parama Mohana. Translation. All glories to the listeners of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Please hear the description of the dancing of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at the Radha Yatra festival. His dancing is very enchanting. Please hear of it with great attention.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Sapan Prabhu, then Chandraman Prabhu, then Lalit Prabhu. Sapan Prabhu.
आराधिना महाप्रभुहाना सावधाना रात्रे उठी गाना संगे कैला प्रातः स्नाना. The next day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his personal associates got up in the dark and attentively took their early morning baths. पांडु विजया देखी बारे करी लगा माना जगन्नाथ यात्रा कैला चाड़ी सिंहासना. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his personal associates then went to see the ceremony of Pandu Vijaya. During this ceremony, Lord Jagannatha leaves his throne and gets up onto the car. Apani प्रताप रुद्रलाना पात्र गाना महाप्रभु रागाने करया vijaya darshana. King Prataparudra in person as well as his entourage allowed the Pandu Vijaya ceremony to be seen by all the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Chandrama Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. अद्वैत नित्यादि संगे भक्त गाना सुखे महाप्रभु देखे सुख गमना. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his prominent devotees Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Prabhu and others were very happy to observe how Lord Jagannatha began the Ratha Yatra. Balista Daita Gana Yena Matahati Jagannatha Vijaya Karaya Karihatahati. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The very strongly built Daitas, carriers of the Jagannath deity, were as powerful as drunken elephants. They manually carried Lord Jagannatha from the throne to the car. The word Daita refers to one who received the mercy of the Lord. Lord Jagannatha has a number of stalwart servants known as Daitas. These servants do not come from very high caste families, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Sarvaishyas, but because they are engaged in the service of the Lord, they have been elevated to respected position. Thus, they are known as Daitas. These servants of the Lord Jagannatha take care of the Lord from the day of this Snana Yatra up to the time the Lord is carried from the throne to the Radha car. In the Kshetra Mahatmya, these Daitas are said to come from the Sabaras, a caste that keeps and selling pigs. However, among the Daitas, there are also many who come from the Brahmana caste. Those Daitas coming from the Brahmana families are called Daitapatis, or leaders of the Daitas. The Daitapatis offer food such as sweetmeats to Lord Jagannatha during the Anavasara, the resting period after Snana Yatra. They also make the early morning offering of sweetmeats daily. It is said that during the Anavasara, Lord Jagannatha suffers from the fever, and that the Daitapatis offer him an infusion of drugs represented by fruit juice. It is said that in the beginning, Lord Jagannatha was worshipped by the Sabaras and was known as the deity Nila Madhava. Later, when the deity was established in the temple, the Lord became known as Jagannatha. Because the deities were taken from the Sabaras, all the Sabara devotees were elevated to the position of Daitas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. 13.9. Lalba Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Katakadayita kare skandha alambana Katakadayita dhare Shri Padmacharana. Translation: while carrying the deity of Lord Jagannath, some of the Daitas took hold of the shoulder of the Lord and some caught his lotus feet. Katitate bhadda dhrida sthula patta dori Doi dike dayita gana uthayata dhari. Translation: The Lord Jagannath deity was bound at the waist by a strong, thick rope made of silk. From two sides, the Daitas caught hold of this rope and raised the deity. उच्छादृढतुली सभापाति स्थाने स्थाने एका तुली हैते पराय आरा तुली ते आने. Translation: strong, puffed up cotton pads called tulis were spread out from the throne to the car, and the heavy deity of the Lord Jagannatha was carried from one pillow-like pad to the next by the Daitas. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me read. CC Madhya 13.12. Prabhupada tulihaya khanda khanda tula sabha udiyaya shabdahaya prachanda. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. While the Daitas carried the heavy Jagannatha deity from one pad to the next, some of the pads broke, and the cotton contents floated into the air. When they broke, they made a heavy cracking sound. 13th verse. Vishwambhara Jagannathe Kechalyayite Pare Apana Ichaya Chale Karite Vihare. Lord Jagannatha is the maintainer of the whole universe. Who can carry him from one place to another? The Lord moves by his personal will just to perform his pastimes. Text 14. Mahaprabhu mani ma kare dhvani Nana Vadya Kolahale Kichuhi na Shuni. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. While the Lord was transported from the throne to the car, tumultuous sounds were made on various musical instruments. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was chanting Manima, Manima, but he could not be heard. Purport: the Manima word used to address a respectable person in Orissa. Lord Jagannatha was being respectably addressed by Sri Chaitanya in this way. Manima, Manima. Jagannath Swami, Jagannath Swami. Text 15, Madhavi Mataji. Please read. Hare Krishna Mataji. Okay. Ask you to unmute. Anyway. Lavanya, go ahead. Hare Krishna. Lavanya, hello.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandak Pranam.
Mataji, go ahead.
Yeah. Tabe preta parudra kare apane se vahana suvarna marjani lana kare pata samarjana. Translation. While the Lord was being carried from the throne to the car, King Prataprudra personally engaged in the Lord's service by cleansing the road with a broom that had a golden handle. Yeah. Chandana jalete kare pata nischana tucha seva kare vasi raja simhasane. Translation. The king sprinkled the road with sandalwood scented water. Although he was the owner of the royal throne, he engaged in menial service for the sake of Lord Jagannatha.
Text 17, read Mataji.
Yes. Uttamahana raja kare tucha sevana atayeva Jagannatera kripara bhajana. Translation. Although the king was the most exalted, respectable person, still he accepted menial service for the Lord. He therefore became a suitable candidate for receiving the Lord's mercy.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Lavanya, go ahead.
Yeah, text 18. Mahaprabhu sukha paila se seva dekhite. Mahaprabhu ra krupa haila se seva haite. Translation. Upon seeing the king engaged in such menial service, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy. Simply by rendering this service, the king received the mercy of the Lord. Purport. Unless one receives the mercy of the Lord, but he cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead or engage in his devotional service. Bhagavatam 10.14.29. Atapi te teva padambujadvaya prasada leshanu grihita eva hi janati tattvam bhagavan mahimno nachanyo ekopi chiram vichinvan. A devotee who has received even a small fraction of the mercy of the Lord can understand him. Others may engage in theoretical speculation to understand the Lord, but they cannot know anything about him. Although Maharaja Prataparudra was very eager to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord refused to see him. But when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the king engaged in menial service for Lord Jagannatha, he became very happy. Thus the king became eligible to receive Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. If a devotee accepts Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the universal Guru and Lord Jagannatha as the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, he is benefited by the combined mercy of Krishna and Guru. That is stated Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his instructions to Rupa Goswami from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 19.151. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavana Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bija. The seed of devotional service fructifies and becomes a transcendental creeper. Finally, it reaches to the lotus feet of the Lord in the spiritual sky. This seed is obtained by the mercy of the Lord and the Guru. By the Lord's mercy, one gets the association of bona fide Guru, and by the mercy of the Guru, one gets a chance to render devotional service to the Lord. Devotional service, the science of Bhakti Yoga, carries one from this material world to the spiritual world. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Three B's. Bhagavan, Bhakta, and Bhakti. This Bhakti is a Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is a carries one from this material world to the spiritual world. Beautiful verse from Bhagavatam 10:14-29. Very nice. Thank you. I'm seeing now where this giant. Raju Prabhu, are you able to read? Okay. Vani Mata, Hare Krishna, please read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam Prabhuji.
Yeah, Mata, please read this one. Chaitanya Charitamrita.
रथेरा सजनी देखी लोक चमत्कारा नवहे माया रथा सुमेरु akara. Translation. Everyone was astonished to see the decoration on the Ratha car. The car appeared to be newly made of gold and it was high as Mount Sumeru. Purport. In the year 1973, there was a gorgeous Rath Yatra festival in London, England, and the car was brought to Trafalgar Square. The London daily newspaper, The Guardian, published a front page photo caption. ISKCON Rath Yatra is rival to the Nelson column in Trafalgar Square. The Nelson column is a very impressive statue of Lord Nelson and can be seen from a good distance. Just as the residents of Puri compared the Rath Yatra car to Mount Sumeru, the residents of London considered the car rival to the Nelson Monument.
That much big Rath Yatra festival. Continue, Mata, one more verse.
Yeah. Sata sucha mara darpane ujjvala upare pataka shobhe chandoya nirmala. Translation. The decoration included bright mirrors and hundreds of chamaras, white whisks made of yak tails. On top of the car were a neat and clean canopy of a very beautiful flag.
Continue, one more, last.
Ghara ghara kinkini baje. Ghagara. Okay. Ghagara kinkini baje. Ghantara panita. Nana chitra patha vastre. Ratha vibhusita. Translation. The car was also decorated with silken cloth and various pictures. Many brass bells, gongs, and ankle bells rang.
Thank you, Mata.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Samyukta Mata.
Yes, Prabhuji. Sorry, Prabhuji, call us to disconnect. I am Prabhuji.
No problem.
लीलाया चडीला ईश्वर रथेरा उपारा आराधुई रथे चडे subhadra haladhara. Translation: For the pastimes of the Radhayatra ceremony, Lord Jagannatha got aboard one car and his sister Subhadra and elder brother Balrama got aboard two other cars. पंचदशदिन ईश्वरा महालक्ष्मीलाना तान्रे संगे क्रीडा कैला निब्रते वसीया. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. For 15 days, the Lord had remained in a secluded place with the supreme goddess of Arjun and had performed his pastimes with her. Purport: the 15-day period of Anavasara is also called Nibrata, in honor of the solitary place where the supreme goddess of Arjun lives. After living there a fortnight, Lord Jagannatha took permission from the goddess of Arjun to leave.
Hari Bol. Thank you, Madhuri.
Thank
Sapam
you.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Tanhara samatilana bhakte sukhadite rate chadi bahira haila vihara karite. Having taken permission from the goddess of fortune, the Lord came out to ride on the Ratha car, perform his pastimes for the pleasure of the devotees. Purport: in this connection, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura comments that as an ideal husband, Lord Jagannatha remained 15 days in a secluded place with his wife, the supreme goddess of fortune. Nonetheless, the Lord wanted to. Can you scroll, Prabhuji?
Yes.
Come out of seclusion to give happiness to his devotees. The Lord enjoys himself in two ways, known as Swakiya and Parakiya. The Lord's conjugal love in the Swakiya Rasa relates to the regulative principles observed in Dwaraka, where the Lord has many married queens. But in Vrindavana, the conjugal love of the Lord is not with his married wives, but with his girlfriends, the gopis. Conjugal love with the gopis is called Parakiya Rasa. The Lord Jagannatha leaves the secluded place where he enjoys the company of the supreme goddess of fortune in Swakiya Rasa, and he goes to Vrindavana where he enjoys the Parakiya Rasa. Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura therefore reminds us that the Lord's pleasure in Parakiya Rasa is superior to his pleasure in Swakiya Rasa. In the material world, Parakiya Rasa or loving affairs with unmarried girlfriends is most degraded relationship. But in spiritual world, this type of loving affair is considered the supreme enjoyment. In the material world, everything is but a reflection of the spiritual world, and the reflection is perverted. We cannot understand the affairs of the supreme world on the basis of our experience in the material world. The Lord's pastimes with the gopis are therefore misunderstood by mundane scholars and word wranglers. The Parakya Rasa of the spiritual world should not be discussed except by one who is very advanced in pure devotional service. The Parakya Rasa in the spiritual world and that in the material world are not comparable. The former is like gold and the latter is like iron. Because the difference between the two is so great, they cannot actually be compared. However, just as a knowledgeable person can easily distinguish gold from iron, one who has proper realization can distinguish the transcendental activities of the spiritual world from material activities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Swakiya, Parakiya, two forms of relationship. And that Parakiya is the topmost. Example is Vrindavana Gopas. Thank you. Chandramai Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. सूक्ष्म श्वेत बालू पते पुलिने रसम दुईदी के तोता सबायेना वृंदावन. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The fine white sand spread all over the path resembled the bank of Yamuna, and the small gardens on both sides look just like those in Vrindavan.
26.
रते चादि जगन्नाथ करिल गमन दुई पार्श्वे देखी चले आनंदित मना. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As Lord Jagannath rode in his car and saw the beauty on both sides, his mind was filled with the pleasure. गौड़ सबरदटने करिय आनंद शनि शीघ्र चले रदा शनि चले मंदा. Translation. The pullers of the car were known as Gaudas, and they pulled with great pleasure. However, the car sometimes went very fast and sometimes very slow.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Lalit Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। क्षण स्थिर न रहे तानी लेह न चले, ईश्वर इच्छाया चले न चले कारोबार. Translation. Sometimes the car would stand still and not move, even though it was pulled very vigorously. The chariot therefore moved by the will of the Lord, not by the strength of any ordinary person. तबे महाप्रभु सबलान भक्त जान, स्वहस्ते पराइला सबे माल्या चंदन. Translation. As the car stood still, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gathered all his devotees and with his own hand decorated them with flower garlands and sandalwood pulp. परमानंदा पुरी आरे भारती ब्रह्मानंदा, श्रीहस्ते चंदना पाना माड़ीला आनंद. Translation. Paramanandapuri and Brahmananda Bharati were both personally given garlands and sandalwood pulp from very hands of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This increased the transcendental pleasure. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Text 31. Advaita Acharya Prabhu Nityananda Shriyasta Sparshe Dunhara Haila Ananda. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Similarly, when Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu felt the touch of the transcendental hand of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were very pleased. Text 32. Kirtaniya gane dila malya chandana Swarupa Srivasayahan Mukhya Dvijana. The Lord also gave garlands and sandalwood pulp to the performers of Sankirtana. The two chief performers were Swarup Damodara and Srivas Thakura. Swarup Damodara and Srivas Thakura. Text 33. Chari Sampradaye Haila Chabisa Gayana Dui Mardangika Haila Astajana. There were altogether 4 parties of Kirtana performers comprising 24 chanters. In each party, there were also 2 Mridanga players, making an additional 8 persons. Idea, no? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There were altogether 4 parties of Kirtana performers comprising 24 chanters. 4 into 8. No. 4 into 8. Okay, 6. In each party, there were also 2 Mridanga players. Yeah. In each party, there were also 2 Mridanga players, making an additional 8 persons. See, Kirtan, see how much. So that attracts many people. Kirtan. Kirtaniya Sadahari. Somebody join, let me see. Saraswati Mataji. Okay. Hare Krishna Mataji. You can continue reading.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Pranam Prabhuji.
Pranam Mataji. Read from here.
Where it's translation or Shloka Prabhuji?
This also, Chaitanya Charitamrita tune. Okay.
तबे महाप्रभु मने विचार करिया शारी संप्रदाय दिला गायन बांतिया. Translation. When the 4 parties were formed, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after some consideration, divided the chanters. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. This also.
Another 2.
Nityananda Advaita Haridasa Vakreshware Chari Jane Agnya Dila Nritya Kari Bare. Translation: Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Haridas Thakura, and Vakreshwara Pandita to dance in each of the 4 respective parties. Prathama Sampradaye Kaila Swarupa Pradhana Ara Pancha Jana Dila Tanra Paligana. Swarupa Damodara was chosen as the leader of the first party and was given 5 assistants to respond to his chanting.
Go Jain last year. Thank you. Jain.
Damodara Narayana Datta Govinda Raghava Pandita Ara Shri Govinda Nanda. The 5 who responded to the singing of Swarupa Damodara were Damodara Pandita, Narayana, Govinda Datta, Raghava Pandita, and Shri Govindananda. Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I can do Prabhuji.
Jain.
Yeah. Advaitera Nrityakari Kari Bare Agna Dila Shivasa Pradhana Ara Sampradhaya Kaila. Advaita Acharya Prabhu was ordered to dance in the first group. The Lord then formed another group with Srivasa Thakura as the chief man. In the first group, Damodara Swarupa was appointed chief singer, and the responding singers were Damodara Pandita, Narayana, Govindadatta, Raghava Pandita, and Govindananda. Sri Advaita Acharya was appointed as a dancer. The next group was formed, and the chief singer was Srivasa Thakura.
Very good.
Can I continue, Prabhuji?
Continue, Prabhu.
Yeah. Ganga Dasa, Hari Dasa, Sriman Subhananda, Shri Rama Pandita Tahan, Nache Nityananda. Translation: the 5 singers who responded to the singing of Srivasa Thakura were Gangadasa, Haridasa, Sriman Subhananda, and Shri Rama Pandita. Shri Nityananda Prabhu was appointed as a dancer. Vasudeva Gopinata Murari Yahan Gaya Mukunda Pradhana Kaila Ara Sampradaya. Translation: another group was formed consisting of Vasudeva, Gopinatha, and Murari. All these were responsive singers, and Mukunda was the chief engineer.
Chief singer. Very well. Very well. Thank you, Prabhu. Andra ఒక్కొక్క చేద్దాం ఇలా పిక్ గా మాతో this again. Lavanya, do it this one month. Do it.
Yeah, text 41. Yeah, text 41. Shrikanta Vallabha Sena Aradui Jana Haridasa Thakura Tahan Karena Nartana. Translation: another 2 persons, Shrikanta and Vallabha Sena, joined as responsive singers. In this group, the senior Haridasa, that is Haridas Tagore, was the dancer. Hare Krishna.
Purport.
Yeah. Purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Purport: in the third group, Mukunda was appointed as the chief singer. This party was composed of Vasudeva, Gopinatha, Murari Gupta, Shrikanta and Vallabha Sena. The senior Haridas Tagore, was the dancer.
Very well. Thank you. Samyukta.
Yes, Prabhuji. Govinda Gosha Pradhana Kailara Sampradaya Haridasa Vishnu Dasa Raghava Yahan Gaya. Translation: the Lord formed another group appointing Govinda Gosha as leader. In this group, the younger Haridasa, Vishnu Dasa, and Raghava were the responding singers. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you. Text 43, Madhya Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Madhava Vasudeva Gosha Dvi Sahodara Nritya Karena Taha Pandita Vakreshwara. Translation: 2 brothers named Madhava Gosha and Vasudeva Gosha also joined this group as responsive singers. The Vakreshwara Pandita was the dancer. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Text 44, Vani Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji, Vani Mataji.
Hare Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, recite this.
Yeah. Kulina grameha eka कीर्तनीय समाजा ताहा नृत्य करे ना रामानंद सत्यराजा translation. There was a Sankirtan party from the village known as Kulina Grama, and Ramananda and Satyaraja were appointed the dancers in this group.
Thank you, Mataji. So group wise and main dancer to attract, basically chanting the holy names of the Lord in the Rath Yatra festival. Haribol. Text 45. Sapam Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Shanti Purera Acharyera Eka Sampradaya Achyutanandana Chetatha Arasa Bhagaya. Translation: There was another party that came from Shantipura and was formed by Advaita Acharya. Achyutananda was the dancer and rest of the men were singers. Hare Krishna.
Hare. Text 46. Chandramal Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Kandera Sampradaya Kare Anyatra Kirtana Narahari Nachetahan Sri Raghunandana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Another party was formed by the people of Kanda. Those people were singing in different place. In that group, Narahari, Prabhu, and Raghunandana were dancing.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Lalitman Prabhu.
जगन्नाथेर आगे चारि संप्रदाय गाय दुई पाछे एका संप्रदाय. Translation: 4 parties chanted and danced in front of Lord Jagannath, and on either side was another party. Yet another was the rear. Thank you.
Sorry, sir. Was it rear? Was it the rear? Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Text 48. I will do, and we can conclude here. Sata Sampradaya Bhaje Chauda Madala Yaradvani Shuni Vaishnava Haila Pagala. Mad. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. They were all together 7 parties of Sankirtana, and in each party 2 men were beating drums. Thus 14 drums were being played at once. The sound was tumultuous, and all the devotees became mad. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. There was a beautiful, you all know, I think, there was a YouTube, Mayapuris. This devotee, Vishwambar Prabhu, that Mayapuris drums. Very beautiful, this one. Mridangam. So nice. Let me check once. That is a Sankirtana. Very nice. There was a nice Mridangam, actually, Mridangam player. They have a Kirtan band. You all know, I think, many of you know. One specific video attracts a lot, actually.
Yes, Prabhu.
Like that. So nice. And this one also so nice. Invocation prayers, you can see. So these are all how they got into this, Kirtaniya. Because, it's a mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only. And he exemplified in front of Rath Yatra festival how one has to perform Sankirtana in a groups. How many people needs to there. Kartal, Mridanga. And who is the dancer? We are seeing, right? Beautiful chapter. Lord Jagannath Swami ki jai and Supreme Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Haribol. We'll stop here. Thank you so much for reading Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. We'll do Sloka recitation. Tomorrow is going to be off here. We have common call. So today only practice nicely, and Friday also. Okay. So there is this. Now, how many of you recite without looking? Bhakti Shastri devotees. How many of you, but not looking, we can be able to recite? Anybody try? Konni.
I can do 4 shlokas, Prabhuji.
Okay. అయితే వేరే స్లైడ్ పెడుతున్నా చేయండి అయితే.
Yes, Prabhuji.
But
Apareyam.
you can close your eyes. It's okay. I'm sharing here only. You can close your eyes or whatever. Try. And with translation also.
Yes, Prabhuji. Apareyam itasvanya prakritim vidhi me param jivabhutam mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat. Translation: besides this, O mighty armed Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind which comprises the living entities who exploits the resources of this material inferior nature. Next one. Daivihesha gunamayi mama maya durachaya mam eva ye prapajyante maya me tam tarantite. This divine energy of mind, consisting of the 3 modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome, but one who has surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Bahunam janma namante. Sorry, Prabhuji.
Yeah, that's one, you know.
Okay, Prabhuji. Bahunam janma namante gnanavan mam prapajyate vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. After many births and death, he who who is in full knowledge, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, and he knows the cause of all causes, and all that is such a great soul is very rare. Antakale cha mam eva smaran muktva kalevaram yah prayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra samshayaha. And whoever at the end of his life quits his body, remembering me alone at once, attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you. You can read by looking.
Yes, Prabhuji. Bhagavad Gita 8.16. Abrahma bhuvana loka punaravartino arjuna mam upetyatu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery wherein repeated birth and death take place. But one who attains to my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. Bhagavad Gita 9.2. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Vidamuttamam Pratyekshavagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartum Avyayam. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. Bhagavad Gita 9.4. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina mastani sarva bhutani nachaham teshvavastitaha. Translation: by me in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you. Next. Evaru chesaru?
Hare Krishna.
Go ahead, Mataji.
Bhagavad Gita 7.5. Apareyami tastanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhutam mahabaho edam dharyate jagat. Translation: besides these, O mighty armed Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind consisting of comprising the living entities which are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. Bhagavad Gita 7.14. Daivihesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mam eva ye prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. Translation: this divine energy of mind consisting of the 3 modes of material nature is very difficult to overcome, but one who surrenders unto me can easily cross beyond it. Bhagavad Gita 7.19. Bahunam janmanamante gnanavan mam prapadyate vasudevah sarvam iti samahatma sudurlabha. Translation: after many births and deaths, One who is in full knowledge, knowing surrenders onto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare. Bhagavad Gita 8.5. Antakalesha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yah prayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra samsayaha. Translation: and whoever at the end of his life, quitting his body, remembering me alone, will attain my abode, will attain my nature. Of this there is no doubt. Bhagavad Gita 8.15. 8.16. Abrahma bhuvanaloka punar avarthinojana mamupethyatu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. Translation: from the highest planet in the material world down to the planet, all are the places of the Mysorees, wherein repeated births and deaths takes place. But one who attains my abode, O son of Kunti, will never take birth again. Bhagavad Gita 9.2. Raja Vidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyakshavāgamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartam Avyayam. Translation: this knowledge is the king of the education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it is having the direct perception of the self of the realization, it is the perfection of the religion. It is everlasting and is joyfully performed. Bhagavad Gita 9.14. Maya thatam idam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtina matstani sarva bhutani nachaham teshva vastitaha. Translation: by me, in my unmanifested form, all this entire universe is being pervaded. All living beings are in me, but I am not in them. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mostly మీరు చూడకుండా చేశారు అవుతుంది.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Congrats, very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Next ఎవరు చేస్తారు? మాధవి want to do?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandavatana.
No.
Bhagavad Gita 7.5. Apareyamitastvanyam prakritam vidhi me param jivabhutam mahabaho eyedam dhairyate jagat. Besides this, O mighty armored Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind which comprises all the living entities are not exploiting the resource of this material inferior nature. Bhagavad Gita 7.14. Daiviyesha gunamayi mama maya duratyeya mama evaye prapadyante mayam evam tarantite. This divine energy and of mind consisting of the all three modes of material nature. They are very difficult to overcome, but they are but who are surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Bhagavad Gita 7.19. Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. Translation: after so many births and deaths, those who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me fully to be the cause of all causes, and such a great soul is very rare. Bhagavad Gita 8.5. Antakale cha mameva smaran mukta kalevaram ya prayaschatta madbhavam yatnastetra samshayaha. Translation: and whoever at the end of his life, while quitting his body, remembering me alone, he attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt at all. Bhagavad Gita 8.16. Abrahma bhuvana loka punaravartina arjuna mamupetyatu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. Translation: from the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery only, wherein while in repeated birth and death takes place, but they surely attains in my abode, O son of Kunti, so never takes birth again. Bhagavad Gita 9.2. Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam प्रत्यक्षावगमं धर्म्यं सुसुखं कर्तुम् अव्ययम्. Translation. Arjuna, this knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge. So it gives the direct perception of the self-realization. It is the perfection of religion. So it is everlasting. So we can perform joyfully. Bhagavad Gita 9.4. Maya tadam idam sarvam jagata vyaktamurtina mastani sarva bhutani na chaham teshvastitaha. Translation. Arjuna, by me, it is in my unmanifestation form. The entire universe is pervaded. So all beings are in me, but I am not in them. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Hare Krishna. So you also tried by not looking?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Jai, jai. Nice, very good.
Thank you.
ఇంకెవరు ఉన్నారు? భక్తి చంద్రబాబు ప్రభు అనుకుంటా కదా. ఓకే, చైన్ ప్రభు.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ. నాకు 2 శ్లోకాస్ వచ్చు ప్రభుజీ, చూడకుండా మిగతా ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వాలి ఇంకా.
యా నో ప్రాబ్లం. చైన్ ప్రభు, చైన్.
భగవద్గీత 7.5 అపరేయం ఇతస్వన్యం ప్రకృతం ఇతిమే పరం జీవభూతం మహాబాహో జయేదం ధార్యతే జగత్. Besides these, O mighty armed Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resource of the material inferior nature. Bhagavad Gita 7.14. Daivrihesha gunamayi mama maya duratya mameva ye prapadyante mayam etam prantati. This divine energy of mind, consisting of the 3 modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Bhagavad Gita 7.19. This one I can see without seeing it, Prabhuji. Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mam prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samatmesu Durlabha. After many births and deaths, one who is knowing me, I am the causes of all the causes. I am causes of the all causes. Surrenders unto me, such soul is very, very rare. Next one is 8.5. Antakale cha mameva smaram mukta kalevaram ya prayati samadbhavam yatmastyat samsayaha. And whoever at the end of his life, which his body remembering me alone at once, attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. Bhagavad Gita 8.16. Brahma bonaloka punravritino arjuna mamapatyatu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all the places of miseries wherein repeated birth and death takes place. But one who attains in my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. Yes, Bhagavad Gita 9.2. And this one I know of. Raja Vidya Raja Gohyam Pavitram Edamattamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartam Avyayam. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it's give a direct direction of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. Bhagavad Gita 9.4. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat vyakta murtina mastani sarva bhutani nachaham tesvastitaha. By me, in my unmanifested form, the entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. So now let me see. Andar ayina Bhakti Shastri.
సురేందర్ మాట్లాడుతున్నాను.
అచ్చా సురేందర్ మీరు ఉన్నారా ఇప్పుడు?
నాది కూడా భక్తి శాస్త్రం.
సో ఎన్నొచ్చు ప్రభు విన్నా
ప్రభుజీ అన్ని చూసే చెప్తాను ప్రభుజీ.
చేయండి పర్లేదు. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ జాయినింగ్. జైన్ ప్రభు.
అపరేయం ఇతస్త్వన్యం ప్రకృతిం విద్ధి మే పరం జీవభూతం మహాబాహో యయేదం ధార్యతే జగత్. Besides this, O mighty armed Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. Daivir gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mam eva ye prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. This divine energy of mind, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. After many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare. Antakali cha mam eva smaran muktva kalevaram yaprayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra samshayaha. And whoever at the end of his life quits his body, remembering me alone at once, attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. Abrahma bhuvana aloka punar avartino arjuna mam upetya tu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all the places of misery, all are the places of the misery wherein repeated birth and death takes place. But one who attains to my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyakshawagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartum Avyayam. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina mastani sarvabhutani nachaham teshvam avastita. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much.
Wonderful. Haribol. Thank you, Babu. Thank you. So now, devotees, just recite, okay? Apart from Bhakti Shastri devotees, just recite. Only slokas. Quickly, yeah? We will finish the call.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I recite Prabhuji.
Yeah, chant.
Bhagavad Gita 7.5 Apareyam itastvanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhutam mahabhaho yayedam dharyate jagat. Bhagavad Gita 7.14 Daivi hesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mam eva e prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. Bhagavad Gita 7.19 Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvam iti samahatma sudurlabham. Bhagavad Gita 8.5 Antakale cha mam eva smaran muktva kalevaram yafrayati samadbhavam yati nastyastra shamshayah. Bhagavad Gita 8.16 Abrahma bhuvanalokaha punaravartino arjuna mamupetya tu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate. Bhagavad Gita 9.2 Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyakshavagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartumavyayam. Bhagavad Gita 9.4 Maya tatam idam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina matsani sarva bhutani nachaham teshva vastitaha. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Inga, chant quickly.
Yeah, I'll do Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Sapan Prabhu.
Apareyam itastvanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat. Daivihesha hi gunamai mama maya duratyaya mameva ye prapadyante mayametam tarantite. Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma suturlabha. Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yaprati yati samadbhavam yati nyastatra samshayah. Abrahma bhuvana loka punar avartino arjuna mamupetya tu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. राजविद्या राजगुह्यं पवित्रम् इदमुत्तमं प्रत्यक्षावगमं धर्म्यं सुसुखं कर्तुमव्ययम् मया ततम् इदं सर्वं जगत् अव्यक्तमूर्तिना मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहं तेष्वस्थितः हरे कृष्ण
Nice, nice. Thank you so much. Inka, Lavanya, you want to do? Vani Mataji.
Yeah, I'll do after Vani Mataji. Vani Mataji. Okay. Yeah, Bhagavad Gita 7.5. अपरेयमितस्वन्यां प्रकृतिं विद्धि मे परां जीवभूतान् महाबाहो ययेदं धार्यते जगत् भगवद्गीता 7.14 दैवी हेषा गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया मामेव ये प्रपद्यन्ते मायामेतां तरन्ति ते भगवद्गीता 7.19 बहूनां जन्मनामन्ते ज्ञानवान् मां प्रपद्यते वासुदेवः सर्वमिति समहात्मा सुदुर्लभः भगवद्गीता 8.5 अन्तकाले च मामेव स्मरन् मुक्त्वा कलेवरं यः प्रयाति समद्भावं याति नास्त्यत्र संशयः भगवद्गीता 8.16 आब्रह्मा भुवना लोका पुनरावर्तिनोऽर्जुन मामुपेत्य तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते भगवद्गीता 9.2 राजविद्या राजगुह्यं पवित्रमिदमुत्तमं प्रत्यक्षावगमं धर्म्यं सुसुखं कर्तुमव्ययम् भगवद्गीता 9.4 मया तदमिदं सर्वं जगत् अव्यक्तमूर्तिना मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहं तेष्वस्थिता
Yeah, thank you. Anybody last? Let me see. Andra అయిపోయినారా?
ప్రభుజీ నేనున్నాను ప్రభుజీ.
Jayan.
अपरेयतम् इतस्त्वम् अन्यं प्रकृतिं विधि मे परं जीवभूता महाबाहो अव्ययेदं धार्यते जगत् दैवीशा गुणामयी मम माया दुरत्यया मम एव ये प्रपद्यते माया एतां तरन्ति ते बहुनां जन्मनामन्ते ज्ञानावान् मां प्रपद्यते वासुदेव सर्वमिति समहात्मा सुदुर्लभः अन्तकाले च मामेव स्मरन् मुक्ता कलैवरं यः प्रयाति समद्भावं याति नास्त्यत्र संशयः आब्रह्मा भुवनाल्लोका पुनरावर्तिनोऽर्जुन मामुपेत्यन्तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते राजविद्या राजगुह्यं पवित्रम् इदमुत्तमं प्रत्येकावागमं धर्म्यं सुसुखं कर्तुम् अव्ययम् मया ततम् इदं सर्वं जगत् अव्यक्तमूर्तिना मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहं तेष्वस्थितः. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Lalit Manpu, what to do?
నేను చేయన ప్రభు ఒకసారి చేస్తాను.
Jayan.
अपरेयम् इतस्तन्यं प्रकृतिं विद्धि मे परां जीवभूतं महाबाहो ययेदं धार्यते जगत् दैवी हि एष गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया मां एव ये प्रपद्यन्ते मायाम् एतां तरन्ति ते बहुनां जन्मनाम् अन्ते ज्ञानवान् मां प्रपद्यते वासुदेव सर्वम् इति समहात्मा सुदुर्लभः अन्तकाले च माम् एव स्मरन् मुक्त्वा कलेवरं यः प्रयाति समद्भावं याति नास्त्यत्र संशयः आब्रह्म भुवनाल्लोक पुनरावर्तिनो अर्जुन माम् उपेत्य तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते राजविद्या राजगुह्यं पवित्रम् इदमुत्तमं प्रत्यक्षावगमं धर्म्यं सुसुखं कर्तुमव्ययम् मया ततम् इदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहं तेष्वस्थितः. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the devotees reciting direct words from Krishna. Actually, these are the Bhagavad Gita verses. Gita, Bhagavad Gita, from the lotus mouth of Supreme Lord. We are reciting, we are hearing, we are purifying. Thank you so much for joining. We'll continue on Friday. So tomorrow, anyway, Ekadashi call is there. We'll continue on Friday. We'll recite one last time. धन्यवाद प्रणव वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय श्रील गुरुदेव की जय निताय गौर हरि प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल केसी
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Wednesday हरि बोल